Hello, everybody. What's going on? I wanted to do like a Robin Williams Good Morning Vietnam kind of thing, and it just kind of failed because I forgot the words. Let's move on. Character. He's already like most of the way through the first half. It's amazing what you can do when you're not streaming. So, yeah, I was finished here. Oh, right, I was watching back footage, and I had missed someone mention the ceiling, and, yeah. So the ceiling is upside down robed people. A bit like stalagmites and stalactites. And they all look like what's that down there? What is that? Oh. Yeah, okay, hold on. I heard that they're, like, around. There's a bunch of butterflies hanging around in Scholar. Oops. Wrong weapon. I wonder if anybody's done a binoculars only run. I'm sure they have. Do I even have any? I probably should, No! Dang it. Just because I wanted to look at a butterfly. And the jokes, they write themselves. Yeah. So apparently there's a bunch of those poison mobs all over the place that you wouldn't notice otherwise. But, the ceiling's really interesting. Kind of makes me think of, like, the inverted world a little bit. That, maybe this whole thing is sort of the inverted world in some way. Oh, right, we got here last time. We got stuck on what's Elena. Yeah, I wanted to get great magic weapon. So let's go get great magic weapon. But, yeah. It's kind of a little bit of a reward for looking up I suppose. Hey, Eagle Border! Thanks for the host. Nice to see you. No! Leave me alone. Spitters, leave me alone. So what's up, Ego Border? How's it going? There's Great Magic Weapon. Yeah, I'm gonna get the I'm not sure what my plan is today. Maybe I will start going through Brume Tower. We left off at the Dragon Shrine. We got stuck at Dragon Sanctum, partially because I wasn't doing enough DPS. But I might be able to now. While we're here in Black Gulch. No. My bad. Oh, right. There is something we haven't opened up yet. Let's go do that. The Demon Souls cosplayers. Yeah, like, I don't think Elena or Sin is very much of an issue, melee-wise. Like, you can look it up on YouTube, but my first playthrough was a Claymore build, and Sin broke the Claymore, but I still killed him. Actually, let me try out new magic weapon. Where is it? Oh. Oh, the Demon Souls cosplayers. Yep, no, I know. They're just a reference to, like, Demon Souls, because, like, at the end of Boletaria, on the way to, what's his face? There's 3 Black Phantoms all at once. One's an archer, one's a heavy melee, and the other one is a normal melee guy. And they're annoying! Soup's annoying! Hey Dave. Yeah, we started a little early. Things had calmed down pretty early around here. So, I got started. A bit of backtrack. Yeah, it's a Des reference, and I think Des might have actually been worse too, because the heavy melee guy, Black Phantom in Boletaria, had the scraping spear. The scraping spear makes everything worse. Hello. No. Wrong. This is Belfrey Sol, or Sun in Latin. And there are 2 of them, symbolizing a prince and princess. It's a very minor story, and I forget all the little lore bits where it's referenced. Belfrey Luna was the princess's one, and that's in the Lost Bastille. So you can probably assume that the Lost Bastille was a co-opted castle, maybe? Just like this. Or, conversely, the prince and princess end up becoming at least Mitha, the Baneful Queen, and the Old Iron King. So So there's that. And partially because Gilligan refers to Mitha the Baneful Queen as a princess, and that she had lost the affections of her prince. Very possible that the Sol and Luna prince and princesses are those, but I need to dig around and look for that lore bits, because I know there's some lore, like little minor lore bits about them. Yeah, the Belfries are Belfry Luna is made for the princess. The Belfrey Sol is the prince. I think they were Ven and Algan, respectively. It's sort of painted like a Romeo and Juliet thing. Hey Fopyu, hey Hunter M. I don't know anything about Steven Universe, so you're safe there. I don't have children. Or read or watch webcomics. It's just never been a thing. Let us get into Brume Tower. Let's move through that today. Forbidden is the path to the ancient king's domain. Trespassers will face adversity befitting a monarch. With water dry and path amiss, woeful temptation is dismissed. In the tower of the old Iron King resides a child of dark. I think that's the same for many fandoms across the internet. You get the good, you get the bad. You get the awesome, you get the, huh? So, here's your lobby. On either side is the waiting room for people being summoned in. In vanilla, if you didn't own the DLCs, you could drop your sign down and taste the DLCs beforehand. Here's your probably most obvious load transition. You can see Brume Tower from the... I forgot to point it out. You can probably see Brume Tower from the entrance to the old Iron King boss fight. Except super low poly, you know how it is. It's much more of an ashen sky. It's less red than the rest of the old Iron King's domain. And it goes on 4 miles around. We come up to an interesting little tableau. If you've seen any images of Pompeii, this would look a little familiar to you. except they look like they were fighting this thing. They were successful ultimately, but they were pretty much all dead. They look like soldiers from Drang Lake. Don't know if I have it on me. No, but I'll point it out when I get there. Get back to Majula. So this thing. This is what we'll find out as Nadalia. It's her face right there. Don't know why I transparencied, but yeah, her face should be right behind the glowy bit. So you get 6 Smelter Wedges. There's like 12 or so altogether. Let's read that. An iron wedge forged in this land destroys the Ashen Idol. The Ashen Idol is of great consequence to Nadalia, who, after renounced her flesh, entrusts her very being to it. This tableau, this like, whoever did the art direction for Brume Tower should be given a raise. I know raises aren't a thing in Japan, but, or bonuses. But they should still give him a raise. Welcome to Brume Tower. I especially love the color palette of the skybox. What do you do with the Smelter Wedges, you ask? Well, first you look at this huge throne. Fuck, did you ever watch In Bruges? Would you quiet down, Nadalia? Jeez. It's a pretty funny movie. I thought you were making a reference to it. So this is Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash. If you notice, there's a ×1 next to it. If you listen really closely, you can hear her talking whenever you get close to one of them. The gimmick of this area is that there are 12 fragments of the Soul of Nadalia, 2 of which are rewards for bosses. So beating Fume Knight and beating Sir Alon will give you 1 bit of her soul each, and getting all of them will give you the full soul that you can use at Ornifex or Strayed. I actually should watch In Bruges again. I have it. I own it. It's right behind me. So you get some more old growth bombs, which I wish were in Dark Souls 3. Brume Tower is sort of their mine. You can see Brume Tower from the entrance of the... Like, it's off to... If you're, like, pointing the camera to the door, it should be off on the left, but it's, like, really low poly, so it doesn't quite look like it, but it is it. Well, yeah, it's a reward. You still have to beat him. is why I say it's basically a reward. How do you guys like magic? They both just, Alone and, if you want to get really technical, Alon and Fume Knight both just guard it, because you have to go to the Idol of Nadalia behind each of them. But you have to beat them to do it, so it might as well. Yeah, this message is telling you, listen. Listen real hard. I have to figure out what these guys are really gonna mess with. I don't know if it was always in there, because I only played Scholar right after DS1, so like January, February of this year. Alright, great magic weapons over here. Twilight Herb should come in handy. It's funny is you can't see. But yeah, Brume Tower is basically their mine. Wow, they hit me really hard. No, Earthen Peak was something else. This is a mine. You can basically tell with some of it. I think like we'll point out some things, but it'll be like, yeah, this is where all the iron came from, smelted. Earthen Peak was something else. Did you drink? Drink, please. Thank you. Get charcoal pine resins. Yeah, those lots of little apparatuses and stuff. Despite how windy it all seems, Brume Tower is actually pretty straightforward. but it is difficult because it's a lot of condensed rooms. And if you notice, we got a scythe +7 because the DLCs really want you to have a +7 or better weapon. That's like FromSoft, hint hint, nudge nudging you. You should have a +7 or better weapon here. If not, get the heck out. There's another idol. Take this real slow. Yeah, like, the game super wants you to have a certain yeah, like, all the DLCs came out pretty much after anybody was like really looking to level anymore. Brume Tower is difficult because it's like lots of enclosed spaces, lots of enemies. And I've got a dinky little sorcerer build. Let's go over here for a minute. These guys are Dark and Fire. They are super annoying. Wow, jeepers. He's got a cool bow and a fire poker. He does not care about magic. I don't know. Magic is way better in DS3. At least it feels better. Maybe because I'm just more used to it. Yeah, I should effigy, I know. I guess I should just re-equip magic weapon and just melee this place. Yep, pretty much. I hate doing that. Just going down and going right back up. But yeah, this is mine paraphernalia. It's just carrying coal all the way back up to the surface. E&B has been playing Scholar for the first time. It's been interesting to watch. I'm just gonna go grab the soul. And I'm gonna grab this, which is Dance of Fire. Make everybody mad. Lloyd's talismans, more people who are mad at me. Old Mundane Stone in that guy. The Ashen dudes are actually corpses, so if you roll through them you might find some goodies. Those guys are carrying explosive barrels. They will follow you. And they will do that. That's your kind of tutorial about what they do. You're expected to know kind of what to do with them elsewise. Ooh. Who did that? Who's the jerk? You? You! Yeah, it's gorgeous. Difficult, but it is... like... Dark Souls 2 isn't afraid of being pretty a lot of the time. And the DLCs are where it really shines. I keep forgetting to re-equip regular magic weapon. I don't need to go that way. can't go down any further. For as much crap as I give this graphics engine that they decided to use, they did know how to use it really well. At points. No, stop it, jerk. I'm just gonna keep going for a minute. Because bonfire. Aha. That up. Cestus plus 8. Alright. Really common theme with the Iron King and Brume Tower is the goat thing. Very kind of Satanish. This will open from the inside. Eep. Yes. And bulls are, in classic literature, associated with it. Bulls and goats. Well, the thing is, the old Iron King had a thing for, like, chaos demons. He thought they were neat. So neat that he got turned into one. Alright, let's effigy up. Where are we in this place? Alright, so we're in the second bonfire, which is the upper floor. Yeah, and goats and bulls have like a thing with Satan imagery and stuff like that, so. All of these elevators will turn on eventually. Once you get to the bottom, all of these are shortcuts. Including these, the mine stuff. Like this is supposed to be carrying like mine material, but the texture. I know you activate. man, I missed. Now you can lead these guys down and make the next section easier on yourself. There is another idol. This whole section's really pretty hard. That guy gives no crap for anything, and he's guarding a door you gotta open. We're not actually doing that right now. We're doing this. As always, that's still water. It still gives you some minor defense. Goes back to that. Hey. Why are you staring so forlornly? At least they lift with their knees. Nope, nope. Go that way. Go. Yep. Yeah, seriously, OSHA at Iron King's hangout would have a field day. I do still have wedges, okay. Nope, I'm not gonna make this. Alright, next thing to do is get more of those guys in there and grab the door. Well, the Iron King wasn't like... It's already explained that he's a huge narcissist, so... Probably a little bit of both. Nadalia is a child of dark, so ostensibly it's dark. It could also be kind of chaos fire. Go. Alright, see ya. Blood is like very minorly a thing in DS2 with Nahar Alma and his ilk. Go that way. Thank you. Nope, you go. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna switch my... Who's still... And, you know, there's that minor thought that maybe lava is chaos fire. Considering lava has weight to it too. And dark, specifically humanity, is they go through lots of pain to say that humanity has weight to it in DS1. Alright, good, he's moving now. Maybe he will go and bump himself into lava is melted rock, so Is there any more of those guys around? Yeah. Why don't you do a thing? Good. I'm not sure if this will answer the question that Eagle Blurred have put out, but Chaos Demons are failed life. They tried to create life and they were missing a vital spark, and the imitation wasn't good enough, and the Chaos Demons were born. So if you want to say that dragons are life, actual life, then yes, they're failed life. They're, well, failed dragons. But like even in failure, you get successes. I mean, DS2 is predicated on the whole thing of imitations. Oh, these guys hit so hard. Damn it. And I want the sorcerer's top too. Yeah, like she tried to create the first flame, and she created the chaos flame instead. Which isn't so much. It's a failure in that she wanted to create something and she like basically failed in what she wanted to do. But yeah, they are still life. A lot of, even when things fail, other things happen. A lot of scientific discoveries come because it failed in what it wanted to do, but it succeeded in doing something they didn't think would be a thing. Actually, wouldn't be that hard of a run if I can kill those things. Side note. This is useless. I'm gonna switch it for that. You might actually be right there. I don't think it happened immediately. You're done. Alright, I'm gonna have to kill that thing. That, like, the witches were, like, everything happening with creating the chaos flame and them getting turned into spiders and or big trees happened pretty much immediately. But then again, time doesn't matter so much. Oh, come on. Dang it, so close. Because the next section would lead to the next bonfire, I believe. Humans are tied to the last flame, which is humanity. Ooh, I missed that dodge. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. Like, it plays around with the idea of making the individual sections themselves really hard to, like, earn that bonfire. What the heck? Thought I had the time on that. But Brume Tower especially is very enclosed. There's not a whole lot of room to move, which makes it a lot harder than it maybe should be. But oh well, we'll get through it. Every time. I actually keep forgetting to switch my Covenant back over to Heirs of the Sun. The Nahar Alma insignia is pretty cool though. I was on my new character. I have a character just to mess around with. It's basically a Cleric Knight build. And I actually got invaded today by a real person. Actually, let's go back to make sure we're not going to get hit from behind. Oh, that's the guy. Alright, she's stuck. Lots of human effigies. If you want to look down, that's kind of a gotcha. Don't go that way. It does show you what's coming up. See if I can't attract him. Actually, I've got an idea. I should have a few of these hanging around. Man, I'm out. Guess I have to go to Gavlan. Oh, let me reset my buff. Forget where the hell this bonfire is. It's over his ear. Alright, now that we have that all settled, let's go loot that area I kind of skipped. Actually, the pus, I believe, is humanity run wild within an individual person. The pus of man is a reaction to the mandate of embers flipping out. And the humanity within, like, normal people who don't have a whole lot of power have their humanity, like, flip out on them and, like, burst from them. Like, the pus of man is both a reaction to the mandate of embers leaving Lothric and humanity finally consuming everything around it. Like it should be, because it is a fire. It's a fire with weight, because that's kind of what it says in DS1. But, you know, it's a fire. And all a fire wants to do is consume things. That's what fires do. It's like the parable of the scorpion, actually. I don't know if you guys know that parable, but like scorpions hanging out. What the heck? A frog asks it for a lift, thinking it's an Uber. And the scorpion's like, sure, I'll give you a lift. And then he does. But at the other end of the river, it stings the frog. And the frog's like, why? I was gonna give you a 5 on Uber. And the scorpion's like, dude, I'm a scorpion. That's kind of what we do. So yeah, you feel weird doing, like, knocking these bodies over, but they might have stuff in them. But yeah, like, the DLCs in general do follow the bonfire to bonfire management system. Like, they are much harder between bonfires. But, once you hit a bonfire, you don't have to do it again. No, don't try jumping. over that way is... Yes, there is a dark spirit and it's very annoying. Maldron, really? Maldron invades and then he or she likes to run down the stairs to get you to curse yourself. Maldron's annoying. He's only annoying because he's smart. When I say something's annoying, it's me giving dues to the AI, because the AI is pretty good. So Maldron is right there. This is the gankiest item gank in all of Souls. You've got a treasure box. Yeah, it's a treasure. So, like, you come over and you see that treasure box and you're like, oh, look, treasure, and you run for it and you miss him or her with their grand lance, and then she, like, backstabs you. It's pretty funny. Actually. I'll buff the sword first. Everybody says Mount Doom, but I like Zahadoom from, what is it? Ah, the Grand Lance is so good. Yeah. Yeah, Zahadoom. Oh, I totally missed this. Magic stones. Other stones. That's kind of the way forward, but we can go wreck ourselves Maldron. As soon as Maldron starts losing, she'll like run down the stairs. Lock on, please. Please lock on. Maldron is ridiculous. She has so much defense, so much HP. Yeah, and she's got the Grand Lance. Listen, Maldron. If I wanted some sass out of you, get it. Yeah, the Grand Lance is no joke. It is a very good weapon because poke damage is very good in DS2. Actually, it's kind of what's been carrying me because I've been using this rapier. Yeah, I even got her backstab and she just has so much health that she just doesn't care. Actually, everybody does the point down, but that shrug that Maldron does is pretty good. I actually think I like it better than point down. Why am I doing this? Not because of the items, that's for sure. Maldron basically guards another one of Nadalia's idols. She doesn't care. Here she goes. She's gonna run down the stairs and get me cursed because she's a jerk. Because she's losing. And then she's gonna go heal. Yeah. No, you can't hit me here. Eat it. Yeah, come on, Maldron. Get back up here. Really? Maldron, you're the worst. Maldron is the worst. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but she's throwing the urns that destroy your stuff. Freaking Maldron. She's not throwing dung pie. She's throwing the armor destroying thing. Maldron's the best. Let me reset everybody. But now she can't get me cursed to hell running down the stairs. Because I took out Nadalia. Everybody complains about Nikolai, but I think Maldron's the better PvPer. Ah, dang it. I deserve that. I just wanted to get my souls. Should probably just say that those are not a thing and just go get the Nadalia soul. Alright, let's go get Nadalia soul. Maldron can lance if she wants to. Oh yeah, the NPCs are pretty great. Maldron's pretty good. Nikolai is a pain in the butt because he hangs out with the Sonics. The AI is actually... The battle AI for NPC invasions are very good. Don't care about you, Maldron. Just gonna go get what's mine. As you can see, it is a lot lighter now that I got rid of the curse effect. And if you remember, Wallager talks a lot about a piece so dark. It's like the dark. It's like a piece so deep. It's like the dark. That's it. Yeah. I forget if that's really important at the moment. The Forlorn and DS2 are probably creations of Aldia's experiments. I'm fairly sure it's just a dint of them reusing the same kind of terms. Or FromSoft basically playing with our knowledge of English, because they do that a lot. But the Forlorn of DS2 are creations of Aldia, probably. The only other explanation might be Strayed, because Strayed ends up picking up their accoutrement as you kill them. The Forlorn of Ashes are probably different. Oof. Ooh. Hi. Man, I've got a party. Aha, Majestic Greatsword, okay. It was worth it, okay. Run! Or not. Take the express route. I kind of doubt fan service. FromSoft likes referencing themselves too much. It's probably them just referencing themselves. Also, the DS2 Forlorn look way better than the Slave Knights. Fight me. I love the Forlorn armor set. It's so good. Majestic Greatsword is... Yes. Yeah. This is the Artorias sword. An ancient great sword of unknown origin. This sword was passed down through generations until it reached Gordon, wandering knight of Ferosa, and was lost upon his death. Uncannily, every last one of the prominent swordsmen who inherited this weapon was left-handed. Moobot will fight you. Moobot is ready to fight. Alright, so I don't have to go down there anymore. And that's locked. Moobot will fight. Yeah, and the Majestic Greatsword actually has a unique moveset when you put it on your left hand. I don't know if I can show it, though, because my stats are not... It actually looks like the corrupted, not the true one, but the corrupted one. Because if you remember, you can get two different versions of Artorias' sword in DS1. One if you use a broken sword, and the other one if you use a different sword. Moobot's always watching. Let me see if I can actually show this off. Yeah, I guess so. Gives you a new message of spin to win, I guess. Let's backstep L1, backstep L2. It's really slow on that startup. Block is your R1s. And then, yeah. You can spin if you want to. You can leave your Artorias behind. But since I can't use it, one day I'll be able to use the Staff of Wisdom. You can leave your dog behind, yeah. Actually, I actually forget if it's worth messing anymore with Maldron, because Maldron really just protects a Soul of Nadalia and the Greatsword. So we'll just keep going. This becomes an elevator, but you have to keep going down. And asking the question, what's this way? Oh, that's back that way. Also, keep this in mind. This turns on the elevators. No, not there. There's the spell quartz ring. And we're gonna go this way. Whenever Artorias is not in frame, everybody should be asking, where's Artorias? Why did it break lock on? All right. Part of the puzzle is getting environmental kills. It's like the Spencer Mansion. Like, who is the architect? Who do you, like, how do you go ask the architect for, like, I want a horse trap. Yeah, seriously, Vigi games. Oh, right, this can be broken, can't it? Hey, Meat-Eye Alchemist. How's it going? Oh, that'd be great! So opening this door will let out some of our barrel bros out here. And you can corral them because this is a breakable wall, I believe. I believe you can open up the door here too. Which should be able to also act as a shortcut. The end goal is over that way, with that big dude in the way. Probably is a horrible Minecraft mod. Who knows with Minecraft these days? No, don't go into the... Please don't. Please. Go that way. Thank you. This way. Hooray! I got it. Sweet. That's all I really wanted to do. Stars. I really gotta get around to playing RE0. I've had RE0 sitting on this PS4 for like forever. I got the free release. Huh. Okay. That's a shortcut. Petrified dragon bones. Umbrella Corpse. Oh my gosh. Another friend of mine, he really likes Resident Evil. And I mentioned Umbrella Corpse and he was like, because this is when it was just released, and he was like, nah, it's not a good game. I'm like, welp. Who's this? Is this any of you guys? If it's you guys, I'll summon you, but otherwise, I probably won't. Dope. Can you drop your armor set? I'd really like it. Trying to knock them back into the fire. I did a little co-oping on my new character. Just helping people out because the setup for my Cleric Knight makes like the first half of the game really easy. Oof, I thought I had the time. Alright, that's a drop back. Let's see here. What is next? Roonies. Oh right, these guys. One. Yes, they will blow themselves up. That's why I was super careful. Hi. How are you? Which one was the bonfire door? Access, but beware you have caster. Yeah, she's blocking. Really? Poison? Sigh. Come on. Do a thing. Poison's out. Sorry about the spoilers, Ego Border. There's a bunch of like NPCs invasions and stuff. Kinda sounds like the Valley of Defilement. It's probably because they use the same library of sounds over and over again. Damn it. She got me. I almost had her. I was trying to get that last hit. And nope. I was looking for like a ranged spell I could probably hit her with, and it was just not happening. Although I did have black fire bombs. Oh well. What can you do? Loki! Yep. Nope. I had to go buy some life gems. Bad mistake. On your part. She... Darken? Yeah, looks like dark pine resin. Blocked it. Ooh, the heck? That trade. My dog is just sitting there. He's like, I could have done better. Neo Loki has a bird, Luca. This is more or less full-on caster, but I needed some offense because it seems like this was supposed to be a community run, but like I'm gonna die doing that. And so I chose Rapier because it's really easy to get into, and thrust damage is really powerful in this game. So I got to the minimum to wield a Rapier, and that's pretty much all I've done. That's my stats right there. 48, and I need 2 more levels of intelligence to like use the staff I actually want to use. That guy is a pain in the butt. Ew. I'm sorry. I've got the PlayStation earpiece. Try restarting the stream. It could be my Wi-Fi. That's what I thought would have happened, that they would have gotten staggered out of the jump, but... Which way? Which way? Thank you. Oh yeah, fire effects in this game are super, super good. Damn it. The upshot is no more Rachel. Should have a straight shot towards turning on the elevators now. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. I love the outside in Brume Tower. That might be too far down. I've actually suffered from vertigo. I had like an ear infection or something that pretty much gave me vertigo for like a weekend. It's not fun. What's funny is the enemies in this section do the same noise as Valley of Defilement 1. Alright, that right there is what we're going for. But the first thing is, all of those, you can get a good look at these night dudes, the big fatty guys who've been exploding here and there. Like the Herald Knights, I keep wanting to say Herald, like the Herald Knights in the Ring City, they look like they've been dissolving into the abyss, into the dark because of Nadalia's influence. But they're still kind of still here, and they are worshipping it looks like a starter for a kiln, like the kiln starter. Yeah, the old man shudder moan noise. It's like the Valley of Defilement goblin noise. But these night dudes, they've lost their legs because their legs have been kind of subsumed by the dark. And I don't think I can get any closer to them. Like their faces look skeletal from here. But yeah, as soon as you run in and grab that thing, they will try and blow up in your face. So YOLO! Go away. Well, yeah, there's literally a kiln in the fun room of Iron Keep. Like, it's literally a kiln. The thing you turn off if you want to skip Smelter Demon, that's basically a kiln. There's a few bits and bobs here and there. So let's, there should be 2 of those exploding night dudes in there. Well, yeah. I was making the comparison between Brume Tower and here. Hunter, you like missed the comparison. Brume Tower is itself a kiln, and it's mirrored in the actual kiln that you see here. And there's more of these guys. I don't think there's any more bits and bobs. I've got to go. Do I even have? Meh. ILU. Wait, don't I have the feather? Thought I had the I thought I had the feather. Huh. Weird. Maybe I'm just being blind and I can't see it. Oh, there it is. feather activates a little bit faster than the Homeward Bone. Speaking of that feather, because I know we didn't read that. An aged bird feather, returned to last bonfire rested at, can be used repeatedly. A child of dragons, sequestered away from the world, imagined a world of boundless possibilities from the mere sight of a feather. Because flight, stuff like that. Flight is like possibilities number uno. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of life gems because I don't have any more. Flight is freedom and stuff like that, and it goes back to a little of what Aldia keeps harping about with how life is an illusion and life is a lie, but yet people keep like striving because that's what life is. People keep striving. And yet, like, this created individual, created from dragons but made into a person, which kind of relates to a little bit what Hunter was talking about earlier. Like, she is made from a life of dragonos or something like that, but the dragons in this game are all fake. And yet, Aldia does something that the Witch of Izalith kind of couldn't do or wasn't seeking to do. One or the other. Foyer. We got Scepter. We can read that as soon as we load in. I guess we're going to use it in a minute. Scorching Iron Scepter. A scorching hot iron scepter used to activate contraptions by transferring heat to Brume Tower. When the old Iron King wrested this dilapidated region from the kingdom of Ven, the act rested, so he went to war with Ven. Probably with Ven distracted with Elkin, because Ven and Elkin were at war basically with each other all the time. Anyway, the act required all the resources the enfeebled lord could muster, but with the discovery of this iron-producing miracle, he was reborn as a powerful leader. So, this gets back to political science, which is my educational background. Resources make a kingdom powerful, which is kind of obvious, but it bears repeating. Resources make kingdoms powerful because you can use them and you're not beholden with anybody, and you get to sell all of that stuff to other kingdoms, which makes them beholden to you, which makes it a rushing nesting doll's bit of favors and favor trading and trade and stuff like that. So with resources, you can gain power and influence throughout the region. And after the war, which apparently made him enfeebled with Ven, it breathed new life into his monarchy by giving him the power, influence, prestige that having iron through Brume Tower can give him. And through this iron that he got, he used this iron to build Iron Keep. But he became a narcissist and stuff like that. And the rest is pretty much history. But this is basically the mill for all of the iron that built his kingdom. And knocking Ven was part of it. Well, the tower itself is a miracle because it is resources, straight out. Because he probably didn't have any resources and therefore didn't have any power or prestige. It's pretty simple. And with this tower, he was able to build his entire empire. He probably also knocked off Alkin, too, while he was at it. Because, yeah. It gave him the power and the prestige he needed. It's pretty importante. Alright, the key's over here. No. No. Okay, tower key. Great. Run! Actually, no. What's built as a godly monument is Iron Keep. This whole tower was Ven's. And it fueled Ven's war machine against Alkin. And apparently the Iron King had no idea that they had this. And when he took over this region, he found it, and it gave him the power and the prestige. Yeah, the slowdown is really funny. Yeep. Almost fell off there. Anyway, tower key's over there. I don't really fight the giants. They're too much of a hassle. The tower key pretty much opens up the rest of this place. Hell, like, it's really on the nose in Iron Keep that they built Aigi's idol. But yeah, the Iron Keep itself was built as a monument to some guy's narcissism. Yeah, the Iron King got that title because he used this as a monument to his vanity rather than as a thing for like actual prudent stuff. No, because he was using it for the war machine. The term Iron King is actually in jest. It isn't a serious thing. It's derisive. People called him the Iron King, but they did it derisively because the dude was a narcissist. Ven used it for his war machine. No one's gonna call somebody a war machine because, you know, they used it for guns and crap and swords. But this guy used it to build his entire castle. Magarold actually goes over this. Magarold said this guy, Iron King, he built this freaking, you know, castle. And, like, people called him the Iron King. They're like, there's the Iron King. But it's, again, from soft playing with our assumptions of our knowledge of English. Which they do quite a bit, actually. Which might be why they do it all in English first, and then they dub it. Alright. Here's another cursed area. me see if I can't get them out here. No, but seriously, the Iron King title was derisive. And he built that, instead of, you know, doing something cool with his iron, he built the castle. And then the castle sank. I'm being cursed because there's a Nadalia Idol emitting curse downstairs. Yeah. Everybody says it so much, it became the only name that really matters. Oh, come on. I hate these twirly guys. Are you coming out here? I don't think people really liked the Iron King. And it gets back to one of the big points with Dark Souls 2's minor narratives about the Children of Dark. The Children of Dark are looking or searching for their perfect match. Lonely Nadalia's perfect match was a guy she never met, because by the time she got to him, he was both gone, and because of his vanity, she wouldn't have had room in his heart to begin with. Ah, damn it. So close. I forget which side Nadalia's on, so. And they are their other halves. It's, the whole thing about other halves goes all the way back to, like, Egypt. Yeah, she can't let go, man. Like, he only loved himself. The Iron King only loved himself. And so, in a way, that was her, like, perfect match, because loneliness is a terrible thing sometimes. Worth it. Hell, like, Myth of the Baneful Queen wanted his affections, apparently, and, like, there was no room for her either. And then you have Raim. Raim? Whatevs. Now it's easier to see. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, I'm not getting out of here. the old Ivory King we'll get to, but Alsana was his perfect match too. And, which means Vendrick and Nashandra are each other's perfect match, but Children of Dark be Children of Dark. One supposes. So now you can see in here, and it's not going to give you curse anymore. See here, let's go on this way. Oh, we've been here. So now with the whole tower opened up, you can take these elevators and see where they go. And go search for the rest of the Smelter Wedges. Sorting knives. Oof, that sucks. I don't know what people, like, think about some of the meta-narratives about other halves and perfect halves between a Child of Dark and their kings and stuff like that. Just gonna present it, see what people think about it. See here. What of the elevator has I not taken yet? No, not that one. I guess I need to turn on more elevators. Anyway, through there is the optional area. It's Blue Smelter Demon. Not the most exciting boss fight. Ah, shoot. That could have... Still bad. Rip. Hey, I made it to the bottom. You get one more of those big nasty dudes, and then you get the bottom of the tower. Still amused that they use like the sound of bowling pins for that sound. Oh, great. Not that way. To go down the elevators again. Fop, what's up? That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm just amused because it's like, who thought that like bowling pins collapsing against each other was going to be a good idea? Did I take the... No, I took the right one. As I understand it, it comes from like this royalty-free sound library that they like using. If I remember right, like, I think Quake uses the same sound library. So, take that as you will. And the Partisan plus 6. Remember when the Partisan was great? When the game cheeses you. You cheese it. Yeah, he doesn't have a head. I'm pretty sure it's another golem because I'm sure it's another golem. Like, people say they're all dudes in armor. They're all like fake dudes in fake armor because imitation is a big thing in this in this silly game. We got the Smelter Hammer, which is neat. Don't think I got that before. Weapon wielded by the iron warriors that wander Brume Tower. Appears to have once been an axe, but in this terribly melted state, it is little more than a great lump that crushes its foes by virtue of its sheer weight. Ow. 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 Is it actually any good if you, like, spec for it? Hey, Loki. Okay, I don't need that yet. First thing is first. I really love the Bloodborne weapons. I love the Bloodborne weapons. Just give me... Although the Rider Palash is probably as close to reality as you're gonna get with... I can't fight Fume Knight yet, but I'm going to pop the bonfire. Get back to your places, jerks. Let me see here. Do I even have any more Smelter Wedges? Because I'm going to have to go searching for them, I'm sure. I have one. So yeah, you can see that there's hair, and it's empowered by her, the bit of her soul, because that's what people did back in the day. They split their soul apart to empower things. So, some things about this boss fight. It is probably one of, if not the hardest boss fight in the Dark Souls trilogy, maybe in even including demons and Bloodborne entirely. Part of that is its gimmick. Nadalia will keep healing him because she knew of his feelings for her, and she might have actually reciprocated a little bit, but who knows. Let me get back. So all of her idols, there's 4 of them, will heal him non-stop. The other thing is, he's carrying the Fume Ultra Greatsword. Nah, Orphan of Kos. See, the thing is, I'm way more aggressive than a lot of people, and Orphan of Kos is just fine for me. Fume Knight took me 6 hours the first time. Because he's a lot slower than I wanted to give him credit for. And so he'd always, like, roll catch me. Orphan of Kos, I love. Just my speed. I blame the fact that I'm way more aggressive than a lot of people because I started with Bloodborne first. Yeah, no more wedges. I'm gonna have to go search for them. But yeah, Fume Knight is through here. You might be able to see his sword from here. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can. Actually, I seriously missed bosses screaming at me in Dark Souls 3. Like, it was the one thing I missed. Yeah, there's the sword. It's kind of super low poly, but there it is. If you can see it, it's like right in the center of the screen. But yeah, I need to go find more Smelter Wedges. I'm surprised by how many people don't know that this exists. Alright, let's go back up. don't know if there's anything on that side. I love fighting Orphan. Orphan is my favorite to fight. Just give me a hyper-aggressive boss. Straight up fight. Go. There'll be like lots of screaming dudes and it'll be inexplicably for Armored Core. Tokyo Game Show. It is in the first week of September. Gamescom is actually first. Gamescom comes first. Sorcery Clutch Ring, which goes with the other Clutch Ring we picked up in Shulva. Yeah, we got the Lightning Clutch Ring in Shulva. Sorcery Clutch Ring. Ring depicting a hand grasping a stone. Increases magic attack, but reduces physical defense. The origin of this ring is unknown, but its design suggests one of the darker deities. Effective use of this ring requires skill on the part of its wearer. If I wanted to put my defense through the floor, I'd probably put that on. Is there a lever anywhere? Did I miss something in my jaunt? No, I don't think so. Guess I'll take the express route. Whatever. Tokyo Game Show comes like a week or two after Gamescom. Or something like that. I forget the exact dates. But Gamescom has like a press weekend and then it's open to the public. Which is what E3 probably should have done. Hey, Titanate chunks. So more or less, Brume Tower is open. I have access to 2 of the 3 bosses. We haven't gone all the way up yet, which is what we need to do next. Honestly, I'm pretty sure if anything, Armored Core is going to be first with its trailer. I like the picture for this this bonfire. It's just some ashen dude staring at Nadalia. 19 is my next. So this goes down. What else? There's that one. This side first. Oh yeah, there's an Nadalia Idol right there, which I do not have a wedge for, so she's going to have to wait. And that's the door we couldn't open earlier. Oops. Can't go through there. TGS. Da, 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 da. I'm still hoping for Phantom Whale, to be honest. Hoping that it's an actual thing. Oh, let me just switch bonfires then. Well, time to go. Time to go. God. Side note, the Simpleton's ring reads, ring depicting a simpleton's flower. Wearer becomes invisible while rolling. This ring was worn by the soldiers of the old Iron King, said to be blessed with divine protection. This ring only does one thing, but with ingenuity it can be fearsomely effective. Later on, it was copied by Karthus, thinking it looked really cool. Actually, let me demonstrate it. Actually, you get more of a invisibility effect with this ring than you do in Dark Souls 3. Alright, now where? Guess we'll take this up. No, not really. I made the comparison a little bit ago. It's easier to see. But imagine Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 are on a circle. And they're on complete opposite ends of that circle. Like, they're the same circle. But they're on different ends. So, like, I think a lot of the themes of Dark Souls 2 really inform what's going on with Dark Souls 3. But, like, since they're on opposite, freaking hell. Yes, Smelter Wedges. That's what I needed. I don't think I'm gonna get that 15 grand. Rip in advance. But yeah, like, I think DS3 has more in, like, DS2 informs DS3 more than people give it credit for. Like, there are things in DS3 that can only be really understood by, like, playing DS2. IMO. And I think that's a lot of fans' wishful thinking about DS2, because there's a lot of people who just are very vocal about why they don't like DS2. But DS2 offers a lot of questions that only kind of make sense when you take into account things like Aldia, Vendrick, Nashandra, and some of the questions that they pose. And I think most of those questions are only posed in the second half. I wish my hair was made out of fire. Yeah, I mean, I think fans don't like DS2 and they're looking for any excuse to write off DS2 and to think that maybe FromSoft wrote off DS2. They didn't. It's just they're on completely opposite ends of the circle cycle. I need to grab these. Alright, that's 4, and then there's one more that I skipped because I didn't have a wedge. So we'll do that, and then we'll call it a night. Back to the foyer. And I think a lot of people didn't give Dark Souls 2 a fair shake. I like it a lot. But there's a lot of problems with Dark Souls 2, obviously, but like people wrote it off and wishful thought that maybe FromSoft did too. All of the games are a bit messy and disjointed. They all have that at some point. Demon Souls, as much as I love Demon Souls, like World Tendency is messy and disjointed. And each of the worlds are their own like little story, not really getting in. Sounds good. This is a community run, so if you want help going through the tower, that'd be good. Like, I have a vague... Yeah, because it's smaller. DS2 is huge, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. DS2 was a victim of DS1's success. Oh, we've been through here. I don't have anything here. And sequelitis is actually a thing. Like, when you get a runaway success like you might have with Dark Souls 1, like, you get a lot of pressure to... I'm playing really badly against these prowlers. DS1 has its points too. Like, DS2... And I'm not sure if the fan base would have liked any version of DS2. Yeah. I don't think anyone... I mean, I don't think the fan base would have embraced any version of DS2. I'm seeing it now with, like, Destiny. The Destiny fan base. Like, they're like, DS2 isn't innovative enough. It feels like an expansion or blah, 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 blah. We'll have to get back to that area soon. But I'd like to... No, not this one. Get to that random room. I don't think, like, they need sequels. I mean, FromSoft isn't adverse to making sequels. There are 19 games to Armored Core. Most of them revisions to the 6 mainline titles. I just don't think the Souls fanbase would have accepted any sequel no matter what. And it's a little bit... Hey, it could be The Adventures of Cookies and Cream, which is basically Bloodborne. There it is. I forget if there are wedges in this room. But Hunter, don't let, like, the Armored Core community love the narrative of Armored Core. don't don't put up your nose to it. I've been listening to a few podcasts from the Armored Core community, and they are chomping at the bit for more of it. I was actually kind of amused by certain comments. The thing to watch out for, though, is the same thing that happened to Kojima. Once he had a successful game, people just wanted him to make that game. And I don't think FromSoft wants to keep making that game. Ah, damn it. Yeah, they don't have a head. Yeah, like, he wants to avoid the Kojima disease super hard. To be honest, I hear from some of my Armored Core pals that 4 Answer is the best modern Armored Core. For Answer is actually a sequel. It is Armored Core 4 Revision. It's like, you know, it is a sequel. It's like the 16th game in the series or something like that. Let me check if this is a Smelter Wedge. No, it's Life Ring. Which is nice, but not what I need. No. No. I think I'm missing maybe. I thought there was at least one more wedge to get. If not, then I'm done. Let me check something. I've got 10. 11 is past the lawn. 12 is past Fume. Okay. I guess let's go YOLO to the bonfire up top. Yeah, I mean, I think we all need to, like, keep it in perspective about, like, the auteur myth. No one game is the work of one guy. Even Salt and Sanctuary was, like, 2 guys. A man and, a husband and wife team. Like, there's studios and there's publishers and, like, FromSoft has Kadokawa not Kadokawa Shoten, just Kadokawa, but look at these guys. Nerds. but he's got, and Miyazaki himself has a board of directors he has to answer to. So it's just like, you know, we gotta temper ourselves a little bit. Ah, no, I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Oh well. I still think the Ring of Restoration is a Demon Souls reference. House Asteria? Ostrava? Asteria? So this is Sir Alon's armor set. It is not active right now. That's his washing pole and all that. I'm just a person who just wants another Echo Knight. I want another ghost story. Can we have another ghost story from Soft? Yeah, it's definitely a samurai suit of armor, really. It's old and tattered and stuff like that. Weakness trio. Alas, nothing happened. Okay, so we have gone through... We're basically wrapped up with Brume Tower. Yeah, we have all of the bonfires available. We even have the one bonfire for the optional area. You should, Hunter, go play Nier or Drakengard. Seriously. Side note, Yokotaro is a treasure and must be protected. Okay, so Brume Tower is basically done. We're at the boss steps for Shulva 2. Go play Drakengard. Or at least go watch the Dark Kids Let's Play of Drakengard. Okay, so that's our second DLC, more or less finished. We've got to just fight the bosses. Whew. Brume Tower's hard. It's even harder with this build. But I think we got pretty much everything. Oh right, there was one or maybe two spells that I forgot that we picked up. And they're both really interesting, so let's read those before I ask about like final observations or final thoughts you just wanted to talk about and stuff like that. Pyromancy, created by the Magus Igil. Igil? Somebody will say something. Loyal follower of the old Iron King. Probably his vizier, his counselor. I have in my head an image of Jafar as Igil. That's just the way that my mind works. Jafar is Igil. Creates several pillars of flame in front of the caster. Igil sought to grant fire a will of its own. This pyromancy was conjured up to behave like a snake, writhing toward its prey with a mind to strike. Yeah, because it's very similar to Fire Whip. And by the way, Fire Whip was Jeremiah's pyromancy, wasn't it? Or at least that was the pyromancy that Jeremiah liked using a lot. And so, like, this seems like a beefed up version of Fire Whip. Doesn't make the transition to Dark Souls 3, I don't think. It's not ringing a bell. But the fact that Idol made this fire behave like a snake, which is super important in terms of Dark Souls lore. The snake is the embodiment of greed. You have the primordial serpents. Snakes are not quite and never will be dragons. So I think maybe that's telling. Dance of Fire. Pyromancy created by the Magus Idol. Loyal follower of the Old Iron King. Cast flame in a sweeping motion across a targeted area. This seems like Chaos Bed Vestiges, but I think Chaos Bed Vestiges is something else in Dark Souls 2. The fire seems to dance and makes its victims dance with it. Yeah, because they have to do this. Anyway, did I pick up anything else? Can I use this yet? Don't think so. I don't use Focus Hole so much. I think that's that there. Huh, I have 5 fire seeds. Yeah, the scepter is gone now. So I'm glad I read that before I shoved it in. Let's see here, anything else? Oh right, I picked up Blue Flame way earlier. Straight sword wielded by Lydia Apostles, imbued with a special magic that makes the blue flame both a sword and magic catalyst. Execute a strong attack to emit magic. The Lydia Apostles, adept at magic, wielded this unique weapon, but were hunted down as traitors. Probably because they got conceited and started playing God. Per their robe. I might have to switch to that. Can I use that? We read the Majestic Greatsword. Alright. Just checking to see if I have anything new worth reading. Alright. Well, does anyone have anything you wanted to talk about real quick? Anything that we experienced? Connections you want to make about what we might be considering and stuff like that? In between just random chatter. Kinda looking forward to fighting Fume Knight, except I know I'm going to get my butt kicked by that guy. Yeah, we went through basically the entire Brume Tower. going on a boss rush eventually. Note! You came in just as I was wrapping up. What do you think of Brume Tower? Let me just say hi to Note. Oh my god, I love DS2 emotes, they're so good! DS2 emotes are so good. They're so goofy, I love them so much. Thank you! Considering I don't level up armor, cue the ghasts and stuff. I only leveled up armor on my platinum character because I had nothing else to level up. Shock. I didn't level up my armor in Dark Souls 1 either. But my character in Dark Souls 1 used the gold hemmed set as soon as I got it. Fashion is everything. Fashion is life. But yeah, we've gone through Brume Tower, and yeah, I really need to get the astrologer's hat. I'm like midway through Navlan's quest. I love Navlan. Like going through this, like I knew he was important, but like going through this and like reading everything, Navlan's role is ridiculous. Like his role in the backstory is ridiculously high. And all because he figured out resurrection. And through understanding resurrection, Vendrick and Aldia both used it to like resurrect all like these mastodons and random things for their own needs and necessities. Gives me conniptions. Gives me conniptions. And possibly most of the stuff that happened, or all of like most of the golems and the random like the mastodon knights are primordial knights that were just resurrected using Navlan's abilities. It's nuts. It's cool. But yeah. I wonder if Navlan never like got himself quote unquote killed by his village and made completely anathema, and if Aldia hadn't like found him, if half of what happens in DS2 wouldn't have been a thing. The whole bits about Navlan learning how to do resurrection are in some of the miracles and hexes that the Pardoner sells. I was like shook when I saw it or reread it. But yeah, some of my musings. I wonder too if the bonfire also resurrects us every time we die, and like Navlan figured that out, which dovetails quite nicely with some of the obsessions Aldia had. I guess somebody's Uber's here. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I think somebody's Uber's here. Yeah, if nobody has anything you wanted to talk about real quick in regards to like Brume Tower and Shulva and the idea that each child of Dark was looking for their other half. Not just a kingly soul, but their literal other half. Let me know. Cav's here, time for Lord to go. I just have the bone skeleton's crown on just to have something on my head. I keep thinking this is DS3, where it'll give you a penalty if you don't have something on your head. On that note, thank you guys for joining me. As always, it's the internet, and there's always like 4 things you could be doing, but you decided to come here, and I appreciate that. So, thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great night, everyone. I will never get that right. Good night.